You guys get it? Oh, you told them. Okay.
We asked him, what song
Live from the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club in Pullman. This is the Cougar Basketball Hour. Tonight's show is presented by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every Cougar Basketball Hour this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Nolan dish, Tomas to the basket, left-handed runner, he's got it. Cougs red hot out of the gate.
Now, alongside Washington State men's basketball coach David Riley, here's the voice of the Cougs, Chris King.
Here we are. We are back at the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. It is a Monday night during hoop season. That means it's time for another edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. Great to see everyone tonight. Thank you for being here. Boy, does time fly. We are going into the final week of the regular season. And before we dive into tonight's show, and of course we've got David Riley here to talk about the latest for Cougar basketball. Our guest Tomas Throsserson, Brunel Madzu will join us as well. Those will be the two players stopping by. A reminder for next week, so we will have one show, and what that means, it will be a combo show. We can't wait to get all caught up on both programs, Cougar men's basketball, Cougar women's basketball. Because of conference tournament travel, we'll have both teams here Monday night. We will have kind of half and half hour for one program, half hour for the other. We'll have David Riley here, we'll have Cami Etheridge here. So that is next Monday night right here at the Table Kitchen and Bar. So can't wait for that. That is next week, but we got plenty to talk about this week. Hey, David Riley, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Get ready for the home stretch.
Yeah, the Cougs are on the road this week, so we'll get a little bit of sun coming up here. It's that Southern California swing. Wednesday night, LMU the opponent. A later tip-off, 8 o'clock is when that one will start. Saturday night, to Malibu to take on Pepperdine for a 5 o'clock start. We'll have more on that coming up a little later when we preview what's on tap, but as of now, taking a look at what's happened most recently, last week when we talked at this point, it was about how the team was maximizing that rest. There were 8 days off between games. It was an impressive result. We saw the Cougs come out on Wednesday and not just beat Pacific, but have a convincing win over a Pacific team that entered that game fourth in the conference standings. How was it? We talked about it last week to have those 8 days between games. How was it to actually have that and be back out on the court Wednesday?
It was great. I think our guys did a good job of balancing that rest along with really getting after it and getting better. And we really focused on solidifying kind of Washington State basketball, what that looks like, and making sure we play true to our identity down the stretch. And I thought that showed pretty clearly in the Pacific game where we were physical. We held the best rebounding. So they were the best rebounding team in the conference going into that game. We did such a good job that we created a new number one team, which was St. Mary's the next game. So we did a great job playing physical. We shared the ball, and it was a good step for us.
Yeah, Pacific came into that game 11th in the nation in rebounding margin, averaging +9 on the glass compared to their opposition. What did Washington State do? The Cougs were +2 in that game on the glass.
Yeah, no, it was a team effort. I think that was a game where everyone who played got a rebound that game. It was a really clear place that we were trying to take a step in, and it's been an area that we've been good at for the most part throughout the season. We took a step back maybe the last few weeks from that until this week, and I'm glad we could get it done at least versus Pacific.
You say that with a little bit of a smile. Is that because Pacific was a little bit of a thorn in the side to the Cougs last year? They won both matchups. Only one game against Pacific this year, but it was a bit of a lopsided Cougar win.
No, it was good to get a win against those guys. I say it because we didn't do necessarily as good a job on Saturday on the glass, and so unfortunately that could have helped us a little bit more. But I think it's good to show that we can do it against a high-level team like that.
Well, we'll get into that St. Mary's game coming up. One of the real bright spots outside of just the victory on Wednesday over Pacific was the return of one of our guests tonight. Tomas Throsserson had missed 12 games out injured, but made his return, and it didn't look like he was any worse for wear after being on the shelf for a while. 11 points, 5 rebounds. What was it like having him back for the team in that game?
It's just great to have a steadying influence like Thomas on the floor. He's someone that's probably came into the season with the most minutes returning. I'd assume that would be the case. and did a great job of just finding ways to impact the game at every level. Had a huge offensive rebound in the second half, knocked down shots, did a hell of a job on Elias Ralph, and really just played a complete game for his first game back.
We sort of talked about it last week, but that game on Wednesday maybe was the most interesting college basketball game for basketball fans north of the border, because there's Simon Hildebrandt, who is from Winnipeg, Manitoba for the Cougs, but there are 6 Canada natives for that Pacific team representing BC, Alberta, and Ontario. So Simon will have kind of the bragging rights with some of his fellow countrymen with that win.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll see each other a few times this offseason, and it's good for him to get that win.
So that was the victory Wednesday against Pacific, a win that not only helps in the immediate but also in the longish term. We were towards the end of the regular season. We'll kind of get into things coming up, but this is last week of the regular season, only playing Pacific once. The Cougs are right there in with the mixed Pacific team close in the standings with Washington State. So that's a big win. You beat a team, you get that victory, and then if it ever came down to a head-to-head tiebreaker, you've got that edge over them.
Yeah, it's something that we talked about, how important that game was going into the conference tournament, and I think just gaining momentum and beating a good team like that at home was big for us.
And then it was the St. Mary's game, so that was Saturday. It was senior day. Before we get into the game itself, senior day. So Simon Hildebrandt, Audrey Rodriguez, honoring those two, plus everyone in a support role around the program, seniors that were honored. What was that like to be able to kind of shine a spotlight on them before their final game at Beasley Coliseum?
It was great. It's a little unique with two guys that are one-year guys, but they've given a lot to this program and this community, and it was kind of that. It was really cool seeing the picture afterwards with the whole team. We had the whole support staff in there. We've had Caleb and Will, two of our student managers who were honored that night. Zach, our assistant trainer. Just a lot of people that have impacted our program, and really cool to see everyone involved. And when you walk into our practices, there's just so many people that are a part of this. We've got. It feels like 10 to 15 managers. I don't know the exact number. We got an army. We call them the army of managers, and they're in there. They rebound. They are kind of playing dummy defense in all the drills. They all have our assistants do a really good job of making sure everyone has a job has a job during practice, and it's just a really energetic whole operation going on during practice. And for those guys to be honored and everyone to be on the floor before the game was really cool.
How is it, you mentioned the army of managers. I'm sure some of those want to go on and get into coaching. Others, it's just a great experience to be around the program. How is it? Because, everyone starts somewhere, and everyone on the staff starts somewhere. You started somewhere. How is it to be able to help those? And I know that they probably have some of the tasks that maybe aren't the most glamorous at times, but they get to get their feet wet and get to be around everything and to learn the whole process.
Yeah, they've all got different goals, and some of them want to be a part of something. Some of them want to get into sports management or something in athletics. Some of them want to be coaches, and there's just a lot of different reasons for them joining our program. And it's something that I think makes college great, is the opportunity to be a part of something like that. And we try to welcome them with open arms, because we need all the help we can get. And I think a little different than most places, like. Everyone they're rebounding, or they got a towel and they're gonna if the floor gets wet or whatever, they're gonna do that. But like in our practices, they gotta guard a little bit, and they gotta get after it. We make sure that they're ready to go too.
So you're telling me they're breaking a sweat?
Yeah, oh yeah, they gotta work hard.
Well, that takes us to the game Saturday against St. Mary's. Ended up being an 83-67 loss. That final score doesn't really reflect for how tight the game was for a vast majority of it. Cougs were up for a lot of the first half, over 14 minutes in the game. They were able to get some separation in that second half. What kind of turned things in favor of the Gales back on Saturday?
Well, they've got a really, really tough, talented team. And I thought at their place, we respect their team a lot and their players. We were throwing double teams at Morauskas. We were being a little more aggressive on the ball screens at their place, and they were able to zip the ball around, and they got open shots just kind of based off rotations. And when you really dive into the numbers, they have the most assists, or they have the best assist rate in the conference. So they get the most assists per basket. And so they do a great job sharing the ball. And so we try to take that away. We try to do a little bit more single coverage. And we tried to kind of guard them a little bit more individually. Like we obviously had help in place, but we were trying to show that a little more as smoke rather than going with the full rotations. And we did a good job of that in the first half. And man, they really got aggressive in the second half. And Morauskas kind of started taking it to the rim a little bit more, and their bigs started just going at us, and their guards started getting in the paint and not passing as much. And that's kind of their plan B, and they were successful in it. They had I don't remember the exact. I think they had 12 assists and 32 made baskets, and so they're usually assisting on about 60% of their baskets, and it was about 30% in our game. And so we made them play to plan B, and unfortunately that didn't work, and we got to maybe mix it up a little bit more next time.
Well, we'll see if the Cougs end up meeting up with St. Mary's down in the conference tournament. It will be at the Orleans Arena. That will be coming up in roughly 2-ish weeks in that ballpark. It will be here before we know it. Well, we do know for sure this week coming up, the Cougs will have the final 2 games of the regular season. They're awfully important, a lot on the line, because where you finish in the standings means where you end up as a seed in the conference tournament, and the WCC heavily weights it, where if you finish higher in the standings, then you get a much easier path to make a deep run in the WCC tournament. We'll have more on that coming up. First, though, a reminder, the Cougar Basketball Hour is presented by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every coach's show this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics. We'll take a timeout when we return. More with David Riley. We'll also have Brunel Madzu stopping by, and Tomas Throsterson as well. That's all after this here on the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
So after you win the guaranteed $1 million giveaway at Northern Quest, your resignation letter pretty much writes itself. But just in case, take this down. Dear boss, I just won $1 million. You, sir, are cordially invited to... Then fill in the blank as appropriate. Done and done. The 25th anniversary Quest for the Million giveaway. See website for details. Northern Quest, 25 years bold.
Download the WSU Cougars mobile app today, which features the latest news. Plus, it's your way to stream all of our Cougar Sports Network radio broadcasts. Listen to Cougar football, volleyball, men's and women's basketball, baseball game broadcast, plus coaches shows, all for free with WSU Cougars Game Day app. Take our broadcast with you wherever you go. Available now by searching WSU Cougars Game Day in the Apple App Store or Google Play.
Okay, text from the wedding planner. She's talking about a cake pop mural.
Exciting.
Ooh, it's $8,000.
Oh.
I don't know, we're trying to save for a house.
Well, you only get married once. Or twice. 3 times tops.
There's a lot of bad money advice out there. For knowledge you can trust, come to Gisa Credit Union. Whether it's saving for the wedding or everything that comes after, we can help get you where you want to be. Find a healthier approach to money at Gisa.
If you use natural gas, you recognize its blue flame. But natural gas is actually invisible and odorless. That's why Avista adds a rotten egg scent, in case there's ever a leak. If you smell natural gas at home, get outside fast. Don't flip switches or do anything to cause a spark. Go somewhere safe. Call 911. Then Avista. We'll take care of the problem and tell you when it's okay to return. Till then, it's a good excuse to visit the neighbors. Avista. We just want you to be safe.
The Junior Cougs Kids Club is presented by Toyota. It is the official kids club of the Washington State Cougars, and it is the best way for the youngest members of Cougar Nation to show off their Cougar pride. Find out more information about your Junior Cougs membership perks at wsucougars.com/JRCougs. Well, we're back here with David Riley at the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club, our home of the Cougar Basketball Hour, and we're going to be talking about our guests coming up. We have 2 players stopping by to visit with tonight. Tomas Throsterson, Brunel Madzu. What do you want Coug fans to know about these 2 guys that are part of the program?
Yeah, we got the two most talkative guys in the program coming up. We the Northern Europeans. They're close with their words, so you'll have to do your work here, getting them talking a little bit. But Thomas, you guys have obviously been pretty familiar with Thomas, being a year or 2 in the program, and he's really stepped up as a leader, and we talked about his impact in the Pacific game, and just an all-around player, great guy. He's actually got a good sense of humor once you get him talking a little bit, and just a really good story how we ended up getting him. Our assistant coach Pedro Garcia Rosado was a head coach in Iceland before he came to work with me at Eastern Washington, and so he's got a bunch of ties out there, and we were recruiting him at Eastern, and he was a little bit too good for us, and so we kind of Zoomed with him. We met with him a couple times, but by that point he was kind of out of our league. And so right when we got the job at Washington State, he was one of the first calls and try to get him on campus as soon as we could. And he's someone that we love, and he's done a great job at developing as an all-around player. He's starting to get a little post-game, and he can do it all.
And he was named to the All-WCC freshman team last year, so it's been great to see what he's been able to do in a Cougar uniform, and a bummer that he had to miss that 12-game stretch, but so outstanding to have him back. And then Brunel as well. So someone the Cougar fans haven't seen on the court, but I know has been working hard behind the scenes to be ready to go when that opportunity comes up.
Yeah, I know he's done a great job of working hard, and the way we got Brunel is kind of what makes coaching great. Like, obviously we were recruiting EY. We were trying to get someone that's a skilled all-around player like EY. We're recruiting him, and one of my earlier connections in international basketball was a couple coaches up in Finland, and I would text with this guy named Justice all the time, and we'd go back and forth about players, and then one day he called me, and it was, I don't know, I was an assistant coach at Eastern, and it was this guy with a New York accent, and he was, hey, I got this guy, and just like the most New York accent, American basketball, and I was like, wait, what? You coach in Finland? Like, what are you doing out here? And so he was a former professional player. He got married out there, has a family out in Finland, started a basketball academy in I think it's in Helsinki or somewhere up there, and it's been a contact that I've talked to all the time, and really just kind of out of nowhere, we're recruiting EY, and all of a sudden Justice calls me, and he's someone that I trust, and really just kind of gave me the rundown on who Brunel was and what he's about, and how he's going to be a hard worker, and he's going to guard, he's going to make you better, and we really didn't have too much film on him walking in the door, and he's just been someone that the relationship with Justice has been, and our contacts overseas have really helped us. And it's just it was a funny story to me. This random New York guy is running a basketball academy up in Finland, and now we got one of his players out here, and he's been great. He's been the ultimate redshirt year where he's really helped our program in some of the defensive stuff that we're doing. He's in every coach's meeting, kind of getting the scout ready, so he's able to work on his basketball IQ at the same time. He's helping us in practice and really getting after it. I mean, he gives these guys fits, and sometimes they'll get mad at him for fouling him too hard, but he's been really good for us.
That means he's bringing it. How is that whether it's when you first meet him in the summer, probably for someone who's maybe international, and then practice gets started, and you're making that decision, okay, roster management for the year, you've had some great success with redshirting guys and being able to develop them over the long term. How is that decision-making process with going, okay, who's going to redshirt this year, and who might we end up playing who's a freshman?
Yeah, with Brunel, it was a late ad, and he was finishing up his high school stuff and team stuff out in Finland, and so we didn't get to meet him until we went on our foreign tour. And so he came along with that, and just kind of missed some of the summer stuff, and he was getting healthy and kind of just getting back into shape right when he got out there. So it was one of those things where it kind of made sense to redshirt, and like you said, we've had a ton of success. Like when you look at the development that we do, it takes time. It's not some quick deal that just happens automatically. Like some of my best players, I've coached MVPs of the Big Sky, like Steele Venters, who was a redshirt. LaJuan Watts was the guy who redshirted for me last year, or not, 3 years ago, and played obviously. And those guys get a lot out of it. We practice really hard. The guys get extra workouts. Our assistant coaches are great with getting those guys extra work in, and he's done a really good job of improving his game this year.
Brunel Madzo, Tomas Throsterson, our player guests coming up that will join us here tonight. Coach, we'll let you loose for now, and then we'll have you a little bit later on back up here as we talk about those games coming up this week against LMU and Pepperdine.
Go Cougs.
Again, that is David Riley here at the Palouse Ridge Golf Club. It is the Table, Kitchen, and Bar, our host of the Cougar Basketball Hour, our site right here. Again, tomorrow it will be the women's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour. Next week, Monday night, both the men and the women's programs will be here. We'll have David Riley, we'll have Cami Etheridge. It'll be 1 hour. Monday night, we'll get everyone all set for Coug Hoops down in Las Vegas for the WCC tournament. We'll earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. We'll take a time out. More after this. You're listening to Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do list one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit adamstractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything.
10 seconds.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
We are back here at the Table, Kitchen, and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. We got Tomas Throsterson here. Toss on that headset. We will be joined by the Cougar sophomore standout who is back playing. He made his return. 12 games he was out hurt, but made it back Wednesday against Pacific. Outstanding game in that victory. It's great to have you here, Tomas. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great, actually. Thanks for asking.
Well, that's you're back out on the court. That's got to be nice. Let's go big picture. Year 2 as a Coug. Year 1, you come in, you hit the ground running. You're named to the All-West Coast Conference freshman team. How is year 2 here at Washington State?
It's been great. Everything is like not much like new, so you're used to things, and yeah, it's just good to be back.
How did it feel Wednesday? That's a long time. 12 games being out, and I know you live and breathe basketball. What was it like to be back out there with your teammates?
It was really fun. I was really excited before the game, and yeah, it was fun being out there.
When you get 11 points and 5 rebounds, it didn't look like you had a lot of rust. Did it feel like it the next day? I know it's a little different, maybe getting your sea legs back underneath you, but as far as impact goes, you look like you're in midseason form.
I mean, yeah, it looked pretty good, but I would say I was pretty tired in the game, and after the game I was pretty sore too. So yeah, it was rusty.
That's fair. It takes us back. It was December 30th. That injury happens. It's against Seattle U. Did you know immediately when you left the game that it was going to be an injury that would keep you out for a while, or was that just it was bad news when you got the news about the severity of it?
Kinda. I couldn't walk after the game, and it hurt pretty bad. So I knew it was something serious, but when I got the news, I didn't know it was that serious. So yeah, it was pretty shocking, I would say.
When I think of the term poker face, I think of you because you're pretty stoic. Even when you get banged up out there, you're not showing it. You didn't really show it then, but I would think for you, if you know it didn't feel very good, that you know, okay, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, it hurt pretty bad, but yeah, I just had to be patient and yeah, go through it.
What was it like being on the sidelines for those 12 games?
It was not fun, I would say, but you always learn new things. Like you will different like challenges from different perspectives. So it was fun, I would say.
What did you learn then?
Just how to be a better teammate, how to help others. It's not always about you, and yeah, I would say that.
I loved seeing your teammates, and everyone was fired up Wednesday that went over Pacific. But I remember at one point, Andy Okafor, your teammate, kind of greeted you coming out of a timeout, and everyone was fired up. How great was it to just see everyone's reaction from the team to have you back out there Wednesday?
It was really fun. It was you just realize how much you missed it and how fun it is to play out there. So yeah.
Well, being from Iceland, how many times since you came here to WSU, and this is your second year as a Coug, how many times have you been able to go back home?
I think twice, I would say. After the season last year and then in August after that. So, yeah.
When's the next trip planned?
Probably after the season.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's really for you when you come here. I mean, you know you're here for a while. It's not a get in the car and drive an hour to see mom and dad. I mean, it is you are fully immersed in the college basketball experience and the experience at WSU.
Yeah, it's like you said, you can't really go back. So you just gotta enjoy life here, and I mean, it's great being here. So yeah, it's easy.
On the flip side, how many times has your family been able to come over here?
So they came here in December. So and they came last year too. So twice. They've been here twice now.
And what did you want to show them the most? What was the best part of hosting your family here in Pullman?
Just showing them the campus and the facilities. So and yeah, where we play at the arena.
And you have an older brother who played college basketball. So how much easier did that make it, knowing that this path that you were kind of going down, that you knew someone who's been down it before?
Yeah, he made it a lot easier for me. He like guided me through things, said like what I should do and what I shouldn't do. So yeah, he made it a lot easier.
What was the best advice he had if he told you what you should do and what you shouldn't do?
Just be patient. Your time will come, and yeah, just keep working on it.
What's he doing now? Is he playing professionally?
Yeah, he's in Spain right now, professionally. Yeah.
Okay. And then I asked you have a younger sister, but her sport isn't basketball?
No, it isn't. It's soccer or football.
Football, okay. Okay. Playing at a high level?
Nah, she's just in the youth, like a youth team right now. She's turning 11 now, so yeah.
We were talking during the break thinking, and I had to look it up today, the Winter Olympics. I was looking up Iceland to see if they won any medals, but they didn't. What would be Iceland's specialty as far as maybe the best event outside of, we're talking basketball, we're talking soccer. What else does Iceland specialize in?
Handball. I don't know if people know it here, but we're really good at handball. We're like 4th place in the European Championship like a month ago, so we're really good at handball, but it's not a popular sport, so not many people know about it. So yeah.
And did you play handball growing up?
No, I didn't. I hated it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you know what? I think basketball has been a good fit. If we had a WSU fan, let's say here tonight, come up to you and say, "Hey, Tomas, I'm going to Iceland soon. I got a trip planned." If you were their advisor to say what they needed to do when they visited your home country, what advice would you give them about having the best possible trip and experience visiting Iceland?
I would advise them to just drive around the country. It's not a big country, so it only takes, I would guess, like maybe 12 hours to drive around it, but like with stops, it's longer. So yeah, I would just drive around, see all the famous places, and yeah.
What would be that top famous place? What would be the number one famous place you'd recommend?
I don't even know. Probably the Blue Lagoon. It's like a spa thing.
Okay.
You can go through like a natural lagoon. So yeah, probably that.
How hot does it get in the summer there compared to what it's like here? Did your summers in Pullman, were they kind of a rude awakening?
Yeah, they were. They were. It probably gets, I don't know the Fahrenheit, but it's like in Celsius like 15 max. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but yeah.
That you have air conditioning in your place?
I do. It helps.
Okay,
Really much.
I believe that. Well, we're gonna have you on for another segment, but before we get to that, and we'll talk about kind of what's coming up here. Favorite Icelandic meal? I got a little tip from David Riley that said recently was on a quiz when the team was going through. It sounded like a scouting report. He kind of sprinkled it in as a little Easter egg in their favorite Icelandic meal. What would be the answer to that question?
I like a whale steak. It's not traditional, but I like it.
Well, they've got a great menu here at the Table Kitchen and Bar. I don't think whale steak is on there, at least not yet. Maybe you can request that.
Yeah.
For folks who've never had a whale steak, how would you describe what that's like?
It's like a normal steak from a cow, but I would say it's more fatty than a normal steak, but it's pretty similar, I would say.
And where do you get? Is that something like your family makes that at home, or do you go to a restaurant and it's a specialty there?
It's usually a restaurant. It's hard to get that meat like by yourself, so it's usually at a restaurant.
Well, we can add that to the list of when folks maybe go visit Iceland about the tips. We're here with Tomas Throsterson. Reminder, coming up, we'll not only have David Riley join us, but Brunel Manzo will come and join us as well. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour, which is presented tonight by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every coach's show this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics. And also a reminder, you can check out the Inside WSU Athletics podcast each week. That drops on Wednesday, joined by Interim Director of Athletics John Harlow, as the podcast takes fans inside Cougar Athletics, all the latest news and information, including interviews with Cougar coaches, student athletes, alumni, and staff. Find each Inside WSU Athletics podcast episode on the WSU Cougars YouTube page, or download the show and listen on your favorite podcast platform. We'll take a break. More after this timeout. You're listening to Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
This Washington State University sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Pullman Regional Hospital, the official hospital of Washington State Athletics. Rural communities face unique healthcare challenges. By providing hands-on opportunities for WSU students in health sciences, nursing, pharmacy, and the LS Floyd College of Medicine, Pullman Regional Hospital is helping to shape the future of local healthcare. Learn more at pullmanregional.org. Pullman Regional Hospital and Washington State, partners in excellence.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do list one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State Athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit adamstractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you, because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Your audio home for all things Cougar Athletics
30
is
seconds.
the Washington State Cougar Podcast Channel. Just search for Washington State Cougars on your favorite podcast platform to follow and subscribe to the official podcast home of the Cougs. Hear our original WSU Athletics podcast, plus replays from the Cougar Sports Network, including football pregame and postgame show coverage, full football game broadcast, and coaches shows. Find it all by searching for Washington State Cougars on your favorite podcast platform to start listening today. This is the Cougar Basketball Hour.
Makes the pass, left wing three, takes it, and makes it. Oh, and another big three is needed. It's Reeve Avers who delivers again.
Tonight's show is presented by Crimson and Gray. Visit them at 1096 Southeast Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, or find them at every Cougar Basketball Hour this season. Crimson and Gray, proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Tomas Throsterson, one-hand alley-oop play.
We know that guy.
Once again, back to the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club in Pullman. Here's the voice of the Cougs, Chris King.
Well, a great way to welcome things back here at the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour, and it's Tomas Throsterson joining us, who has made a number of highlight reel-worthy plays. It is Cougar Career. Back, another segment with you, and I'm thinking of what is to come here. There are 2 more games left to go in the regular season, and in that stretch where you missed 12 games for the Cougs hurt, you didn't play against LMU, and you didn't play against Pepperdine. Those are the 2 opponents this week. Both of those games are on the road. What's it going to be like to be back during this stretch run and to have these opportunities against these 2 teams they're very critical games for the team?
That's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We just got to come ready to both of this game and win those to have some momentum coming into WSCC play.
How was the WCC tournament? You experienced it last year. If you had to give your teammates any advice, any of those first-year players about what it takes to be successful down there, Cougs got a big victory last year in their first matchup in the WCC tournament. It's kind of a different beast when it comes to the conference tournament.
No, for sure. You just gotta stay consistent and trust in your work and just show up. Like you said, it's a different kind of play.
It's a little bit of a marathon and a sprint at the same time. If you have success down there with survive and advance day after day. Also for you, we heard this from David Riley about how you developed. You had this outstanding freshman year, and you've been outstanding when you've been out on the court in your sophomore season. What have been those big keys to you, areas that you've been trying to take another step forward between year 1 and year 2 of your college basketball career?
Just my defense and my shooting, I would say. The 2 areas I've been trying to work on the most coming into my sophomore year, just to give the team a little bit more shooting and a tough defensive mindset. So yeah,
you do just that. It is great to have you here. It is so much fun to see you back out on the court. I'm sorry you had to go through that period where you couldn't play for 12 games, but here you are back making a huge impact, and just in the right time too, with these final 4 games that you've returned for, these 2 this week and then coming up for the conference tournament. Thanks for being here, and best of luck coming up.
Thank you.
Again, that is Tomas Throsterson joining us here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. A reminder, a strong NIL program is fueling a new era for Cougar athletics. WSU is creating opportunities that attract elite talent, keep our stars in Pullman, and unite Cougs everywhere. You can now support NIL through a tax-deductible donation to the Cougar Athletic Fund by joining the Cougar Collective's 1890 Club or by partnering your business with a student athlete through Playfly Max. Together, we're building the foundation for long-term success in the new Pac-12. Go Cougs. Well, still to come, we will have the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley, rejoin us as we'll preview those 2 games this week on the road against LMU and Pepperdine. But in our next segment, we'll have Brunel Madzo come and join us, a red shirt for the Cougs in his first year at WSU. We'll get to talk to him. That's after this break. You're listening to the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Andre Gabriel.
I'm Dara Peters.
And I'm Tasia Sniffen. We're cheerleaders on the WC Spirit Squad.
Meet Krista Gross, the realtor who supports students like us with NIL sponsorships and resources to help us succeed.
She's dedicated, relentless, and always puts her clients first, just like a true Coug.
With award-winning service and a passion for helping people, Krista is the ultimate coach for home buyers and sellers.
Support her because she supports us. You can find her online at KristaGross.com. That's Krista with a K, KristaGross.com. Go Cougs!
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're a WSU fan and you haven't switched your phone service to Cougs Mobile, you're leaving points on the field. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and Cougs Mobile contributes to WSU athletics every time you pay your monthly bill. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to wait. Switch now to the only phone plan built for Coug fans and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit CougsMobile.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Every morning, we rise and shine. Make breakfast
30 seconds.
and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
We are back at the Table Kitchen and Bar. It is the Cougar Basketball Hour. We're here at the Palouse Ridge Golf Club. I'm looking outside. The rain-snow mix has turned into snowflakes. Cougs, I don't think we'll have that coming up this week. The team will travel tomorrow down to Southern California. It'll be a little bit of an extended trip. Wednesday game, that matchup against LMU will tip off at 8 o'clock Pacific time. Our coverage here on the Cougar Sports Network, myself, Craig Elo, that will start at 7:30. And then on Saturday to Malibu, the Cougs head to take on Pepperdine. It is a 5 o'clock start time there. And we're excited now. It is a debut here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. Brunel Madzo joining us. Brunel, thanks for being here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Well, here you are. You're redshirting this year, your first season at WSU. How has the experience been here in Pullman and as part of the program so far?
It's been great. It's a lot of new faces, new place. So far I've been liking it a lot. Pullman's a little different from what I'm used to, but I've gotten pretty comfortable with it.
How would you describe what you're used to, which is back most recently in Finland for you?
Well, the city, it was a little bigger, of course, so, it feels a little different being here in Pullman. It's more, I see a lot of, same faces every day, but, it's been pretty nice. I've been loving it so far.
Well, for you, one of those faces, and I'm sure it helped you, was Emily Yalaho. So, also from Finland, you and EY go back how far?
8 to 9 years.
That is great. So this opportunity comes up, and we sort of heard it from David Riley of one of your coaches back in Finland, getting in touch with him vouching for you, and David Riley saying, hey, we want this guy on board. What was it like for you? Just, okay, what's the next step? Do I want to play college basketball in the U.S.? How did becoming a Coug unfold from your point of view?
At first, it was pretty surprising. But then, this is something, I've always dreamed of. So when the opportunity came, I just took it. And since I know EY as well as here, it was just easy for me to come over here.
Well, that is great. And for you, you've lived quite the life where you are from Finland, but it's not where you were born. Can you kind of take everyone through your path that has ultimately brought you here to the Palouse?
Well, I was born in Congo. And then around when I was 5, 6, we moved to Finland. So I was raised there. I went to school over there, started playing basketball, all that, and then now here.
And for basketball, is it always, once you got to Finland and that first opportunity to play basketball, is it kind of, you got bit by the bug and basketball has been a huge part of your life ever since?
Yeah, kind of. I wasn't really into basketball at first. I was more of a soccer guy. But then one of my teachers recommended me to go try out for basketball, and then I ended up liking it and stuck with it.
How old were you when that teacher kind of got you connected, and then it really kind of escalated what basketball meant to you?
I was around 10, turning 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when did the Division I kind of thought pop into your mind of whether a coach said, hey, you keep getting better, you could go over and play in the U.S. and play Division I college basketball? When did that idea sort of really kind of come together?
I would say around when I was 15, 16, because before that, I didn't really know much about, college basketball or basketball in general, outside of Finland. So I didn't really think about it that much. Yeah.
For you, here at WSU, you're redshirting in your first season. And as we talked about with David Riley, he's had guys with a ton of success who have redshirted, where you get this opportunity to develop for a year. How has it been for you? I know he told the stories of you giving guys fits in practice. How has it been? I'm sure the competitor side of you would love to be out there playing, but also knowing that this is great to get this year of development, and you still have all those years of eligibility in front of you.
Well, I'm just using this year for development to get my body right, get my IQ up there, and overall, I think I've been taking it pretty well. Just trying to stay positive and trying to wait for my turn.
I've heard a rumor that if folks see someone on campus on a scooter, maybe near Beasley, are going around, is that true, that the scooter is your main form of transportation?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
yeah.
There we go. Did you get, you kind of know all the quickest ways to get from point A to point B?
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Okay, we'll keep an eye out for you around campus, zipping around. How's everything going in the classroom?
It's been going pretty well.
What are you studying, or is it still, as a freshman, still kind of feeling that out, just getting those year one classes, or is there anything you're thinking about very specifically focusing on when it comes to academics?
I'm probably going to stick with business. Yeah.
That's great. So if hopefully you play basketball for a long, long time, but if whenever that day comes, you decide you might want to put that business degree to use, what would you like to do?
I haven't really thought about that.
Okay.
I've been mainly focused on the basketball part.
That's fair. Well, this stretch coming up for the team, you've got these 2 games on the road in Southern California. The WCC tournament for you, I heard the very first time you met the team was when the squad was on the European trip and at the hotel room in London. You've got to go a lot of places since. The team has traveled over 20,000 miles this year. We're Hawaii, going to the Maui Invitational, all the way out to North Carolina to play Davidson, Bradley and Peoria, up and down the West Coast as far as conference play. How has it been seeing places that I'm assuming are all new to you?
Well, it's been amazing. In Finland, I haven't been really traveling that much. I've been to the States mostly, is it the Eastport, like New York. So like going to Hawaii, going to London with the team, all that felt like a great experience, and I loved it a lot.
Well, it has been fantastic to visit with you here. Can't wait to what the future holds for you in a Cougar uniform, and keep up all that hard work. I know it might be behind the scenes for now, but Cougs fans getting a little introduction with you tonight, and then knowing that there's a lot of excitement in front of you in your Cougar career.
Thank you.
All right, again, that is Brunel Madzo joining us here on the Cougar Basketball Hour, redshirting for WSU this season. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be rejoined by the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley. We'll preview the final week of the regular season. Cougs taking on both LMU and Pepperdine on the road. This is the Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougs, to lead in the new Pac-12, we have to attack this together. Name, image, and likeness, NIL, is essential. It's how our programs recruit, retain, and elevate our student athletes who don the crimson and gray. And now, you can directly support WSU NIL through our Cougar Athletic Fund. A tax-deductible gift to our Sport Excellence Funds powers WSU's NIL efforts, all in one place. Visit WSUCougars.com and select NIL in the drop-down menu to learn more. Go Cougs!
As proud Cougs, we always find our way back home. At McVeigh Brothers, we want to help all Cougs improve the value of your home. Hello, I'm Mike McVeigh from McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows, a proud supporter of Cougar Athletics. The team of professionals at McVeigh Brothers take great pride in helping our customers remodel their homes with new entry doors, rain gutters, siding, roofing, and windows. At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
When putting in a tree or fence post, we all hate it when our shovel hits a big rock. But there are worse things to come across, like a natural gas or electric line. Nowadays, buried utilities are everywhere, some just below the surface. That's why it's the law to call 811 before you dig, to have your lines marked ahead of time. It's free for Avista residential customers. So call 811 2 business days before you dig. You need time to pick out that perfect shrub anyway. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
For nearly 100 years, Adams Tractor has helped the Northwest knock out to-do list one tough job at a time. As your local Kubota dealer in Spokane and Lewiston, we're proud to back Washington State athletics with the same grit we bring to every yard, field, and job site. From mowing to digging to plowing, Kubota delivers, and so do we. Visit AdamsTractor.com. Adams Tractor, nearly a century strong, powered by Kubota, fueled by Coug pride.
We are back on the Cougar Basketball Hour here at the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. A reminder, Cougar Nation, each time you bring your Toyota vehicle to be serviced at a local and participating Toyota dealership, you can receive a premium Washington State giveaway item as a member of the Toyota Rewards Program. Stay tuned for more information on how to become a Rewards Program member. And also, WSU fans, you want to support the team just by paying your phone bill? Switch to Cougs Mobile today at cougsmobile.com on the T-Mobile 5G network. Cougs final week of the regular season, heading out on the road to Southern California Wednesday against LMU, Saturday against Pepperdine. Rejoined by the head coach of the Cougs, David Riley. Let's dive into these matchups. First, LMU on Wednesday. Thinking back to that first matchup, it was a nail-biter. Cougs won by 2. Ace Glass hitting a late shot to secure the win for Washington State. That was back on January 2nd. How has it been prepping for round 2 with this LMU squad?
It's been good. You know, they're playing a little different now, and they were really heavy dose of Jan Vide last time, and he's still playing obviously really well. But they've started to space the floor and do a few other things. So we got to adjust to how they're playing, and it's going to be a really good game. They're starting to get in the rhythm now, and they play a really physical brand of defense, and they do a good job of trying to pick on mismatches.
It seems like with maybe their way they've adapted as the season has gone on, they've been playing some of their best basketball. They've won 3 of the last 5, and with that, a really impressive road win. They beat University of San Francisco by 9 on the road. Yeah, you know, they have one of the more athletic, physical teams in the conference, and they do a good job of making things tough on defense. And like you said, they're just playing good basketball right now. Regular season comes to an end Saturday, so a reminder of those start times. Wednesday, a little bit later, 8 o'clock start time against LMU, and then it will be a 5 o'clock tip-off in Malibu against Pepperdine. So that is the regular season finale. What comes to mind when you think about that first meeting, the Cougs topping the waves at Beasley Coliseum, and then getting to see them on Saturday when potentially there's going to be a lot on the line when it comes to where the Cougs finish in the standings, and then in turn where they are when it comes to the seeding for the conference tournament? Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. And in Pepperdine, again, they're starting to catch a rhythm now too. You go back to last year, they made a run in the tournament, and that program does a really good job down the stretch, and they just run the heck out of that flex offense, and they get really good at kind of reading those screens, and it's hard to guard. And we've got our work cut out for us. I think it's the last game in their gym. They got a new facility coming in, and so I'm sure they'll have a good crowd, a senior night, and we got to go compete. And you know, it's something that we got to get better at. We haven't been great on the road in this calendar year, and that's something that I think we got to take some pride in and go and getting our team right on the road. Final 2 games of the regular season. A reminder, though, for Coug fans here at home, still 2 more opportunities to see the WSU women's basketball team in action. And the great thing is it doesn't cross over with the men's game. So you can tune in, listen to the games when WSU, the men's side, on the road in California. But then it will be Thursday that the WSU women are hosting Seattle U, and then St. Mary's Saturday. So 6 o'clock at Beasley on Thursday, noon start time against St. Mary's for the WSU women on Saturday. We'll take another time out. More after this. You're listening to Cougar Basketball Hour on the Cougar Sports Network.
This Washington State University sports broadcast is brought to you in part by Pullman Regional Hospital, the official hospital of Washington State Athletics. Rural communities face unique healthcare challenges. By providing hands-on opportunities for WSU students in health sciences, nursing, pharmacy, and the LS Floyd College of Medicine, Pullman Regional Hospital is helping to shape the future of local healthcare. Learn more at pullmanregional.org. Pullman Regional Hospital and Washington State, partners in excellence.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
If we know anything about Cougs fans, it's that a win isn't all you're hungry for on game day. So Northern Quest has a full lineup of restaurants and lounges ready to face any appetite. Cheer on your Cougs with craft beer and cocktails in front of Epic's 10 by 30-foot screen. Grab a steak at Maslow's, a fine cigar at Legends of Fire, Or tackle a burger at Fat Burger, before it tackles you. Full menus at northernquest.com. Go Cougs!
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you.
30
Toyota's
seconds.
got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey,
10
you bring
seconds.
the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's
5.
websites as of 10/20/25.
The Cougar Basketball Hour is brought to you in part by Coors Light. Coors Light Mountain Cold Refreshment. Choose chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. We're back here at the Table Kitchen and Bar at Palouse Ridge Golf Club. Chris King with David Riley. Coach, this is our last kind of full episode of the year where we're talking about the men's program for an hour, but we're looking forward to next week. We're having both programs together for 1 hour Monday night. Can't wait to see everyone here to have just that support and to give a preview of the West Coast Conference tournaments. We'll be back here on Monday. Tomorrow there will be the women's basketball edition of the Cougar Basketball Hour because of the travel schedules for the WCC tournament. There'll be no show next Tuesday. So we're going to send things off in grand fashion next week, and we're hoping there's a lot of Coug hoops down in Las Vegas for the WCC tournament.
Yeah, it's an exciting time to get ready, geared up for this tournament, and we got a lot to play for these next couple games to make sure we got the right momentum and right seed going in.
It really is. I mean, you look at the standings, and maybe you can cover your headphones if you want, if you don't want to talk about this. And I understand the tunnel vision part of it, but there is things could shift one way or the other as far as where the team finishes and how far into the tournament the team could play or how early in the tournament the team could play. There's just a lot up in the air going in this final week of the regular season. Yeah,
it's a super competitive conference, and there's a lot of teams that are making a push right now, and we can only control that. We just got to go 1-0, and we talked about that today. We got to go 1-0 today in practice, and I thought we did that. We had a really good, energetic day. I thought the guys responded the right way, and we got to make sure that happens again tomorrow.
You have a lot to balance at any point, and I'm thinking about the trip this week because there is not a traditional Thursday-Saturday road trip. It's Wednesday-Saturday, and you got 2 days down in Southern California. Do you get to have any time away from the court, or is it all business when the team is down there?
This is going to be a business trip. Yeah. When we're away from the court, we got work to do. We got schoolwork to do. This is a very, very important trip, and we've had plenty of fun this year. We've gone to Maui. We've gone all over the world. This is something that we really got to lock in and go get these wins.
Team can soak up that vitamin D a little bit and play some good hoops. I don't know, but Tomas get that vitamin D and keep him as cool as possible down in Southern California. And looking forward to those two matchups and hopefully 2 Coug victories that we can recap next week. Coach, as always, appreciate the time, and we'll chat next before that matchup Wednesday against LMU.
Go Cougs.
Again, that is David Riley joining us here on the Cougar Basketball Hour. A big thanks not only to him, but to all of our guests, Tomas Throsterson, Brunel Madzo as well, and to the folks who make it all possible. To Zane Saggio back in the Cougar Sports Network studios. Here on the audio side, Jerry Kylo. On the video side, Jared Pringruber. I'm Chris King. A reminder, those games this week, 8 o'clock Wednesday night, Cougs on the road against LMU. Saturday, 5 o'clock tip-off at Pepperdine. Our coverage will start on the Cougar Sports Network a half hour prior. Looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to Cougar Basketball Hour right here on the Cougar Sports Network.